The aim is to get to these islands, which are about 12 miles offshore.
After dinner, the staff started bringing over to us shots of tequila for free.
But it does depend on what the current is doing, because the current's quite strong through here.
Which we should have rejected if we'd known better.
It's so nice to get these sails out and turn that engine off, it really is.
And had quite a lot of fun dancing with the locals and some visiting French girls.
As you can see, it's a beautiful day here in the marina, but we're not going to stay in the marina for much longer. We're paid up, we're checked out, and we are going to go for a little sail. There's a tiny breath of wind. It was a bit more windy this morning. We have some southeasterlies, south-southeast forecast for today. And the aim is to get to these islands, which are about 12 miles offshore. Now, it's been recommended that they don't make an ideal night anchorage, so I think what we might do is just head down there, go and check it out, see what's occurring, and then if not, we'll turn around and we'll go back to Pancor. American obviously hasn't been to Pancor, and he is with me, having flown over from China, originally to help me get the boat down to Port Dickson, but it looks like I'm probably going to stay in this area. It's time to get the boat ready and see if we can get out over that sandbar and get some sailing in. We're approaching the two islands of Pulau Rumbia, which is the north one, and Pulau Lalang, which is the southern one. And we are aiming for Lalang, and the idea is to get on the east side, but it does depend on what the current is doing, because the current's quite strong through here. Plus we have a southeasterly wind, so it's effectively almost an onshore breeze. So we're going to have a look, see what the sea state is like in the shallow part where we'd anchor, and if it doesn't really work out, then we'll maybe come back to Rumbia, which is this one just here. And in the northern part there appears to be a little bay that we could possibly anchor in, so we'll just go and have a look and see what it's like over there. Well, we've been around all of the islands, and unlike the islands in Thailand, which are normally in shallow waters anyway, these remind me of some of the Turkish coastline, where you have very deep water in a channel right now which is 70 to 100 meters deep, and a very, very steep decline in depth of water up to the islands. The problem we've got is this strong current that's coming through from the southeast, plus a little bit of a southeasterly wind as well. So the only real place that we could potentially have anchored was on the other side of this island, just over my shoulder. But because of that really, really sharp shelf, the depth drops away very quickly. So were we to have spun round, and we would have had to have put about 60 to 80 meters out, were we to have spun round, we would have spun round and possibly hit the reef by the shore. So it's just made it a little bit difficult. And it's interesting going around these islands, but we've now turned around. We're going to go back to that first island I mentioned. So we've settled on the island of Rumbia, or Rumbia, Pulau Rumbia, which is the first of those group of islands, and we found a tiny little cove in the northeast corner which has hopefully some kind of protection should we get squalls, which normally come from the southwest and west. I was debating that perhaps we should just go back to Pancor to be safe, but my crew was desperate for a beer, and since I don't allow drinking and sailing, the compromise was to drop the hook so he could crack open a tinny. Anyway, right now he is attempting to put out the sun awning, which is very good of him. I like crew like this. as some of you know, we made some t-shirts for our Patreons. And when we came to send them, we went to the post office and they were so expensive we couldn't afford to send them out. So we got in touch with our Patreons and we came up with this idea that we'd keep the t-shirts and then give them to local people just as a gesture of goodwill. And our patrons were well up for the idea. So this is going to be our first experiment. There's a fishing boat that's just tied up next to us in this anchorage, and we thought we'd offer them some t-shirts, see what they say. So this fishing boat is anchored here. He seems to be putting out his nets, I think just to try and sort them out, reel them back in. They came alongside, they gave us a wave, so we're going to go and just give them a couple of t-shirts, see what they say. These guys are very busy. We're trying not to fill our dinghy up with water because they got water coming out here, but let's see if we can attract their attention.
They look quite busy.
This is for you.
What, John? Elephant, this is
For you.
Yeah. Okay. See, 3 person, you know, eat before?
3. You for your wife.
Yes, sir.
For
Thank
your
you.
wife.
Okay, after I come by, give you fish. You wanna eat ready?
You have fish?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hold on, I
Yeah.
keep ready.
Okay. Oh, there we go. That's pretty cool. He says he's got fish. But I think he's a bit busy at the moment. You can see they're just sorting the lines out. Cool, well he's parked here for the evening, and so we make sure that the outboards aren't going to get caught up in his lines.
John, meet my boss. You want your drink, yeah?
What's he saying?
He wants drink, of course.
Oh, have a drink there. Well, I mean, we're sat here at anchor, and there's already one fishing boat over there which we've thrown t-shirts to, and they've said they were going to give us some fish. But this other fishing boat just came out of nowhere, got within 5 meters of the bow of Esper, and then started sign languaging that they would trade this for this, which is clearly fish for alcohol, and or alcohol for fish. And now they've just run off again. That's the only reason they came over here.
Well, we never got our fish. We thought that we were going to get some fish, because when we gave the guys the t-shirts, he said, yeah, I have fish, you can have fish. And but they were hauling in the net, so we came back to the boat. Meanwhile, that second boat came along and they said, oh, we have fish, you have beer? We're like, no, it's okay, we've got fish, it's all right, it's sorted. And these guys have hauled up their net, waved their anchor, and they've fucked off. So where's our fish? So never mind, looks like we're having potato for dinner tonight. Well, whilst American flies his drone, I'm cooking him dinner. And it's a very simple dish. Since we didn't get the fish, I figured we'd just have something similar. Tofu. Love cooking with tofu. Liz loves it. I love it. American's just said that he loves it as well. Very, very versatile dish. I've cooked tofu in the past and served it up to meat eaters and not told them that it wasn't meat, and they didn't know any different. Anyway, just frying up some onions, some carrots, and just frying up a bit of tofu as well. And put it with a little pesto, tomato chili pesto, and so that's going to be our dinner tonight. So no fish, unfortunately, but yeah, at least we're eating and soaking up those cup of celebratory beers after American's wonderful drone flight over Rubia Island. How's your day been, American?
Yeah, it's been a good day. We got out of the marina, which is nice, and we had a nice motor over here and did a little exploration of the islands, and then Jamie, you made a great dinner, and now we're just enjoying this incredible sunset.
Well, as you can see, we're sailing. We've got 13 knots of wind. It's on the hindquarter. Typical furlong fashion. We've been running around manically just trying to get everything out, so we didn't have time to record much. But here we are. So we've got a bit of sunshine. We've got some white crests on the waves over there, but we do have a storm over behind us on our port side. So I'll probably stick the radar on and just keep an eye on that and see what it's doing. But it's so nice to get these sails out and turn that engine off. It really is. We've changed course, so it means that we are now running downwind, and so we've put the mainsail away. So this is the first time that we've used our new Genoa just to run down with the wind, and there's definitely a difference from the old one, that's for sure. Remember, it's lower cut slightly, but it comes back to 128 degrees, I think we said it was, rather than the 100% original Yankee that we had. So I can tell straight away that we're getting a little bit more power out of the head sail, which is great. We are just surfing through this little southern bay which Liz and I were at anchor at the other week. So we've got Pancour Island there, and then we've got this little resort on this island here, and behind it, as you can see up in the sky, are some rather nasty looking clouds, and there was a squall that we were running alongside parallel to, but I think because of the angle of the wind it's coming over this way a little bit, so it'll be interesting to see if we can make it to the anchorage on the west coast before we start getting a little bit damp.
Yeah, so we anchored at Coral Beach off Pancour Island and went ashore to meet Ben and Belle, and met up at a place called Daddy's, which was hopping, completely full with people. And after dinner, the staff started bringing over to us shots of tequila for free, which we should have rejected if we'd known better, but ended up staying through the evening until about 4 a.m., survived multiple squalls, lots of tequila shots, and had quite a lot of fun dancing with the locals and some visiting French girls.